a bead from miles away, and with a single pull of a trigger and a breath, does whatever the heck they were looking at. He was, well, the closest thing I had to a father was whoever the hell this random hero was. And then I learned he was actually Oakley, and all those stories were about her. And I met her in person, and, well, never exactly seemed like the heroic type to me. I could tell she was good at what she did. But just seemed, I don't know.
You built your expectations so high that when you met the actual person, you found you were disappointed?
Yeah, I guess.
Stories are usually embellished, aren't they?
It's weird. The only thing that didn't seem to click was, well, what I knew about the Oakley and the stories that she was for the people. And now she's the headmaster at an academy full of a bunch of rich posers.
And this upsets you?
Well, there's... I can't say it upsets me, but it's definitely a little disappointing. I don't know, I figured she'd be a little bit more on the wind rather than stuck in some stuffy office doing paperwork and making sure all those pampered little brats don't shoot their eyes out.
Did you ask why she became a principal?
Please.
Headmaster.
Yeah, that's what I mean to say. Nim says it right, I don't.
I don't think I could get Oakley to talk to me about nothing. Half the time she chews me out for being me, and the other half she's just yelling in my ear about why don't I do this, why don't I do that. Sometimes I wonder if I should have rejected her offer in the first place.
What was her offer?
Well, after I had my own little roundup with that bandit gang over there, the ones that the people I cleared out on my own. One afternoon, I was sitting in my little apartment space, counting out some of the money I made back, and I hear a knock at the door. Go over to answer it, and there's standing Oakley. Look of surprise on her face, for at least a second. I don't think she knows I knew that, but I welcomed her in. We got to talking. I thought she had a job for me, but turns out she was the headmaster at VOD. I'd accidentally wiped out her top student. And since I more or less fit the bill of what a VOD student would be anyway, it was either she turns me in for doing what I've been doing, or I join the college. I'm their new top student, and I'm basically doing what I'm already doing, except now I got a naggy old lady on my back.
All things considered, that blackmail's pretty low.
Well, prisons aren't necessarily nice for racing. normally the regular people, they look out for themselves. But the only reason you get sent to some sort of jail isn't for crimes against, well, a lot of us, but if you do something to offend or otherwise break one of the laws that those bougie little, I don't even know what to call them.
What does bougie mean?
They got money, and money is not easy to come by for embraces.
Kel just looks at Nim.
And Samson kind of like points to Yellow looking at Nim, and it's like, you got an idea. With the money, they can get people to do anything. I mean, you can get people to do anything, you can do whatever you want. And
That's no good.
usually what they want and it isn't good for the rest of us, so tend not to try and touch stuff. Every now and then. But yeah, I was basically looking at my entire life behind bars unless I managed to escape. Which I think I could have, but sometimes I wonder if it was worth it. Well, I don't wonder so much anymore.
Certainly, even at the time, it was the better option given your goal.
Yeah, but just a little bit more mad that it happened in the first place.
Honestly, more
Yes.
than anything, it just sounds. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Never mind.
I must have done something to that kid, and I still feel bad for it. But besides that, I don't think I did anything to get on Oakley's radar in the first place. She'd never shown up, I'd just be doing business like normal. Even then, though, I probably wouldn't have been here.
It sounds like more than anything, she just wanted you at the school. It kind of doesn't make sense to say, hey, I'll give you jobs, give you a place to stay, teach you and whatnot, otherwise go to jail. That's like a really big.
Yeah, you're right. Doesn't really make much sense, but I, for the life of me, could never figure out what the heck it's been for.
Did it have to be for something? Sometimes things just happen.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You'd think a woman like that, she'd have a method to her madness. Taking some unverified little dungeon delver like me into her school.
If there was ever method to madness, we wouldn't call it madness.
Maybe you never found out because you never asked.
You make a good point. maybe I've just never really bothered to properly ask. I was too busy feeling sorry for myself.
I almost said, but you're so tall. Right? That's why.
How could you feel sorry for yourself? You're so
You can't feel
tall.
bad for yourself. You're tall. That means
No,
you
so
have no problems.
My entire thought process was this, but you're so cool, and you're really tall.
So you
No, he's not. He's a
instead of trying
manlet.
instead of trying to say two things and like configuring them together, you just took your sentence and scrunched it up like an accordion.
She made a contraction out of her entire sentence. Accordion.
You know, I always thought that when we go back to braces, all I'd be doing is asking Oakley for help with this whole nonsense. But now I think I got more to talk to her about.
That's not a bad thing, though.
No, it's actually a good thing. I'm gonna have to think on that for a little bit. Nim, how do you think it's gonna go with your headmaster?
How dare you ask me this?
I just picture him getting a
Answer.
really serious face. How dare you?
How dare you?
So, once again, Nim was like mid almost sip and like then gives like a blank face. I'm not sure.
Do you have any ideas? I mean,
No.
were you close to your headmaster?
Not particularly.
And now the entire town knows that you're involved in that.
I'm aware.
Oh,
Nim's being strangely stoic. It's almost creepy.
Guess we'll all die.
wow.
Nim acting like an adult and being serious is terrifying. Please go back.
And I thought I'd have it bad.
Who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky. I hope.
And then Samson's going to take up that little, like, rabbit's foot trinket.
That disappeared hours ago.
No, it didn't.
It only lasted an hour.
It's mine forever. It's how I got my feet.
No, it evaporated after an hour.
I put some Eve in it, so now it's permanent.
No, that's not how that works.
But Hyala's gonna ask after
Okay,
Nim
Samson
says
goes
that.
to reach
Never
for
mind.
it. No, Samson goes for reach for it and is confused why it's not there. And that was Hyala, say your thing.
Nope.
Aww.
Say your thing. Reach for the foot.
Nim is gonna sneak a glance at Yala. What's Yala doing?
Drinking.
What?
Same, buddy, same.
Whoa! Wow! Who would have thought? Yala? Drink? Wow! Wow!
Yala's
Yala!
gonna mimic
drinking.
whatever Yala's doing. So
Um,
if you're taking like these big gulps, so is Nim. If you're just sipping on it, so is Nim.
Woo! Sip, sip. Sip, sip, hooray!
Samson's still looking for it.
He
What
lost.
are you looking for?
How dare.
That thing you gave me. Like, before I went to bed.
Sorry, I had to burp. That was just to last you until you went to sleep.
Oh.
I can't make objects that last more than an hour. Do you need a new one?
I mean, not temporarily. It was just nice to have. Although, I still feel a lot luckier.
Then it worked.
So it did. Oh, Halo, you said that you had to talk to your people about this? What was going on, too? How'd they take it?
Well, I'm back here, so about as well as they could have, being told the whole world is going to start falling apart.
So things went well?
I suppose you could put it that way.
That's good. Did you give them like a rousing speech or something?
She kind of flinches. Not exactly.
Oh. What happened then?
It doesn't matter. The results are already in, and everything will be okay. And she just drinks. Like a much bigger gulp.
Are you okay?
Yes.
Yes.
What do you do when you're not okay?
Callan takes another big gulp.
I
What do you
I'm
mean?
okay. Well, what happens when you're not okay?
What is this?
What do you do?
Not okay.
This is a great conversation for drunk people.
And Nim.
Then Kala just
Yeah.
breaks out into MCR lyrics.
It actually reminds me of a post I saw. It was like, you know, I never told him this, but Dad, maybe I don't want to be the savior of the beaten, the broken, and the damned. It's a lot of pressure to put on a kid, and honestly, I'm feeling kind of stressed about it right now. And I'm like, it's Yala.
When I was a young cat, my mother took me out to go hunting.
And we saw a herd of cats?
We said hi.
We saw ourselves in the mirror. Turns out we hadn't gone anywhere.
And
Let's go back
we
to bed.
walked up and said hi, and then we fought with them to the death to take all their resources. She said, daughter, just grow up and lead us. That's all
Wait, we're
you
getting
have
off track.
to- Yeah, we are.
What do you do when you're not okay?
I'm not
Frank.
okay.
I act like they are until it becomes true.
How long does that take?
Translator's note, she's still waiting on it.
How long does that take?
I don't know, anywhere from an evening to an evening and a half.
So then when I just asked, are you okay? Are you just saying okay because you want to be okay and you're actually not okay? Or are you actually okay and you fully meant it when you said you were okay?
What
What?
she said.
Do you want me to say it faster? Because I can.
Do it,
No.
do faster.
Do it.
Earlier when I asked if you were okay, were you actually okay? Or were you just saying that so you could be okay? Or were you actually okay when you said you were okay and you were like, yeah, I'm okay, and you meant it?
Oh.
Killer drinks.
Just staring him down. Just...
No, she's just like, sip.
Are you actually okay? Or were you saying I'm okay so that way you could tell yourself you're okay until you're okay? Or
Does it matter?
Yes.
Yes?
I don't think it should.
But why not?
As long as I can do what I need to do, then
That? You know, I thought that too.
And then the dumbass didn't sleep. Sorry, continue.
I wasn't even thinking about that. I was thinking about how Samson could just load up, double buckshot, and blast you out and be like, there have been 2 times when you have not been able to do what you need to do.
That's actually what he was about to bring up.
Oh, damn, go for it! Go fire away!
You know, I thought that too. Back when we first were heading to this tower and had a lot on our minds about Prin and Celeste, that I just needed you to be able to do what you could do. And I snapped at you. And I realized that I was, I already known that I was wrong, but you've always been so just good at doing things, despite how, well, now I know how you may or may not have been feeling.
Validation from the pretty boy.
But Helen, you've brought me a son, and you told me that I need to start thinking about living for myself. And I've been trying to follow that advice ever since. It's been a new thing for me. But I think you should, if you're not feeling up to things, your heart and your mind's not in the right place, then you should let us know. We don't need a Yala who can shoulder everything herself. Is more than we want a Yala who feels like we're the family she called us. If that makes any sense. And Samson's gonna look over at Nim.
Tagging.
Like you're sober. You know how this works.
You You want to be here for the emotional talks,
Man,
now
you
you're
guys
here
never
for the
have any
emotional talks.
emotional talks when Nim's around.
Has an
Look,
emotional
no,
talk when
I'm
Nim's
here
around.
as a bystander. Don't bring me into this shit.
You're involved, you're sober.
You brought yourself into this shit by constantly complaining for the entirety of 2021 that we did all of it without you. Well, you're not over it anymore. You're now in it. Get to work.
All right. Give me the last thing you said again.
That the two of us want a Hyala that's, like, comfortable around us more than we need a Hyala who's being strong for our sake and hurt. Is the synopsis.
We already know that you're good at things, and we know that you're, like, strong and capable, but if you're not... What's the word I'm looking for?
Useful.
No.
I know, but it's really funny.
But if you're not comfortable with how you are, what's the point?
The point is that, well, feelings like that will always pass.
I mean,
There's no need to dwell in something that can only cause further problems.
It's not dwelling if you share your feelings.
It seems to be.
No, dwelling is when you just think on it over and over and over again. Sometimes just getting it off your chest makes the burden less heavy.
While you were gone, I was letting the things in my head manifest to the point where they were becoming a problem for me. I couldn't sleep, I couldn't fight, I couldn't do much of anything. He was breaking me down. That's dwelling. But couldn't exactly shake what was happening either. The only thing that really helped was, thanks to Nim, I was able to confront it.
Thank you, Psychic Lance. I'm kidding.
Oh, psychic Lance, you're a bitch.
Psychic lamp.
My real enemy was the initiative.
Both times.
Yeah. What fucking world does Nim go before Samson? This is bullshit.
When Samson doesn't fucking sleep.
Yeah.
Shit, you right?
Now finish your talk. You're doing great.
Kala, and you use your bow. You don't keep the string on, right?
What?
When you're not using it. And just because he's having a heart-to-heart doesn't mean he's suddenly sober.
She just sort of like looks at you. Because I feel like her normal bow is always strung.
Well, it shouldn't be.
Should be.
Like, I don't know. not a problem for getting the things you feel off your chest. Because otherwise, they'd just be, dragging you down. We've seen what happens when sometimes things just get too much. And we all react differently, but you just tend to float. More so than you normally do. Yeah. Do you think when me or Nim are trying to talk to you about how we feel about things or stuff that we're dragging things on and getting in our own ways?
I wouldn't know whether you are or aren't. That's something that happens in your own mind.
But when it happens, you don't hold it against us, do you?
No.
I thought you were gonna say sometimes.
You, yes. Nim, no.
God damn.
No, she just says no.
So, we wouldn't think it of you if you were telling us how we're feeling. So,
I just saw Johnny pop up on the map and I was like, ah!
Don't worry about it!
Sorry, continue.
we don't think anything of you when, if you would do anything like that. So, I don't know why you wouldn't, what was I saying?
Samson, go home, you're drunk.
I can't, I'm a terrorist. Bug.
You were saying that we wouldn't think less of her for opening up more.
Yeah. And how it'd be nice if she didn't think less of herself for doing it either.
Sorry, I'm distracted by running away. Oh, goodbye.
No
Baby
more
got
baby.
you.
No more baby. You had to check under your token.
What? No, I was trying to recenter my map. It didn't work.
Oh. Thought you were sliding Cal up like beep beep. Oh, okay.
No.
Anyway, what were you
Tell us
saying?
hallucinating.
Ooh. Not yet.
I mean, Samson said his piece.
But has he said his whole?
We don't have time for Samson to say his whole.
We don't have time for anyone to say their whole, let's be real.
Yeah, especially not Yala.
This is not a 12-hour session. Unless.
Unless?
Yeah, she's just like... I wouldn't know where to start with all of that. There've been things that have come up that I was sure I forgot about.
Like what?
Things from the war, mostly. I'd gone into it with some of the wrong ideas, and it made me make mistakes. And mistakes in a situation like that are things that get people killed. And worrying about them, freaking out, or spending time thinking about it or feeling bad, it only led to more mistakes.
I can understand how being overwhelmed by those, well, letting those things overwhelm you just lead to more issues. But you have to address them at some time, don't you?
I don't know. The only way I've made them not an issue is to forget about them. If they come up, I end up in that state I was in back then. Afraid of everything.
Time out, I have to use the restroom.
Okay.
Alright, time in, I'm back.
Whoa. I knew you two were the same person.
Ha
I've
ha!
seen them in the same room together.
That is true.
That's not true.
I'm actually aware.
Don't insult me like that again.
Okay.
Hey, fucking excuse you? You'd be lucky if we were the same person. We'd be unstoppable.
Seems like a complicated setup.
Yeah.
See how my other half treats me? No.
Is that all Samson like has to say, or did he have more?
I don't think he's actually back yet. I think he just came back to throw shade at me and then go
To
back to whatever he
meme.
was doing. He had to come back to wound me.
Ah.
Not that I ain't.
No.
Yeah, exactly. No, I ain't.
No dying.
What do you
Yes
mean,
to
no,
dying.
No! You have to live!
I don't have to do anything.
You have
Not
to
even
live.
breathe, see?
do it. You will eventually. Yep. Do it. You breathe. Yep.
It's harder to hold your breath when you're intoxicated.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say when you were talking, and I was like, that's the easiest time for me.
Haha, you're breathed.
No.
Yeah.
Good night.
No.
Night.
Wow, shit, you just don't want to play the campaign, I see.
Okay.
Whee!
Ah!
Whee!
Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. Ooh, 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 ooh. It's so nighttime.
Is that a bad thing?
I'm sleepy.
Fair.
Yes.
But it's not sleepy time.
Are you sure?
Yeah, you still got like another 2 hours and 10 minutes.
I thought we were doing a 12-hour session.
No,
Yeah,
okay, then it's
didn't you
definitely not sleepy time. He's got like 10 hours and 2 minutes.
Poggers.
And then you never slept again. No, no
Breathe.
sleeping.
I'm just breathing.
No breathing.
I thought you said yes breathing.
The rules have
Pick a
changed.
side.
The rules have changed.
Okay, bye.
No leaving.
Alright, so I just have to wait for that rule to change.
Yeah.
Yeah, in 10 hours. And 10
What?
minutes.
That's
Yeah, 12-hour
so many,
session.
That's so many time.
Well, you're gonna have to deal with it, huh?
No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
I vote no.
Yeah.
No.
Yes. Won't you pop at me?
Mm.
No yawning. Wookie woo. The fuck did he fall in or some shit?
Yeah.
Damn. Fell in and flushed the toilet and now he's halfway down the pipe.
So we'll be back by the end of the session in 10 hours.
Yeah.
Dang. I'll be right back.
And then we never were awake again.
Yeah.
Yay!
So how you doing? You got that Wi-Fi figured out?
I think so.
That's good.
Oh dear.
Oh,
Stomach.
everything okay?
Stomach make loud noises.
Yeah. Properly together. But rounded. Okay. Cool. You liking this conversation, Jade?
The one we are currently not having, or a different one?
The one we're currently not having.
Okay. Yes.
Fantastic.
Much fun.
Mhm.
Make Kiala talk about things.
Yes.
Except she doesn't, because she's a brat.
Sometimes you just gotta ease into it and not just like drop a bombshell in the middle of people drinking. Like, who does that?
Yeah. So let me tell you about this thing that happened this one time.
Okay.
Oh, I'm back.
Whoa! You got through the rest of the sewer system.
Oh yeah, I came back from the Mushroom Kingdom. It's been crazy.
We'd assumed you'd fallen in, so that's...
I did.
Okay.
Someone flushed it. I went to the Mushroom Kingdom, saw some sights, met Chris Pratt. Now I'm back.
Oh,
Yay.
dang, how he's doing?
Pratty.
Dang, what
Is
a
that
brat.
good?
So anyway, Hyala was confessing everything that she ever held as a minor secret ever at all.
I don't think that, but sure.
Nope.
How about yes?
I don't think you're in charge of that.
Damn. Worth a shot, right? Always worth a shot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, yeah.
You know, like, yeah. Ah, I cracked my neck!
Like, yeah?
Like, yeah.
I didn't realize "ya" was short for chiropractics.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway,
Oh, yeah.
Hyala do be say words. Do you how do? Or was it Samson was saying words?
She had finished saying something that I no longer remember.
And then Samson was saying something about thing.
I didn't get to say anything because I had to
Samson went to the bathroom.
No. Samson's player went to the bathroom.
Well, one of y'all
Listen,
figure it out.
Okay, get the recording up so we can,
I literally can't. It's in the middle of recording. I can't check the recording while it's recording.
at least it's still recording.
It is in fact
Yeah.
still recording. If I look around and okay, it's still recording. I was about to say, if I looked back after just looking at it, it wasn't recording, I was gonna be real mad.
It's fine, we're not in Cotma anymore.
I think
Yeah.
it was a software issue because since it had that last update, no more problem.
Yeah, so, what the hell did y'all say last?
Shay?
Oh.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I probably should have written it down when you stepped away, but I did not. I apologize.
Was talking about the war and like if you don't have a clear head there, you make mistakes. And Samson said, no, Samson was about to say something, but then you're like, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Oh, I thought I said my piece on that part about like, don't you gotta give it the time after the fact at least?
Yeah, and then Yellow said something.
That's legit the last thing I remember.
Oof.
Oh, what the fuck did y'all say? Oh yeah, something about like, oh, but if I do that, it brings me back to that moment, and it feels like everything's
Yeah, falling apart.
yeah.
And it's not very cash money.
It's not very shekel currency of you.
So Samson's gonna like relax, just like sort of just lean back a bit, take a little sip of the his thing. By now he's probably finished the cup, bottle, whatever the fuck he was drinking out of. And he's gonna be like, yeah, that sounds pretty bad, but didn't you say for yourself that feelings and stuff are, well, it's all temporary, right? So even when things feel like they're gonna crush it down, you at least handle that before, before the next big thing. It's going to pass. I guess I can't really. I guess I can't really talk. A lot of why I drink is because I try to, put things that get to me past me, at least for the time being. But even then, I still know that I gotta touch on it at some point. You know what I mean?
I suppose, but how do you know when that time is? How do you ever feel safe?
I mean, that's a little easier for me because I got you guys. I know that it's hard to be, us going through what we're going through, but I know I've never been around people that felt like they've wanted me to be around. So it's easy for me to, be weak around you and them. I know you guys wouldn't do anything to hurt me.
Unless I ask you to blow me up, then we're good.
Yeah, unless I ask you to. For science!
Science.
Not allowed.
Skins most foul.
I mean, like, unless it's launching spells at me, but I asked for that, so. And, there's also the spar. Never mind. getting off track, but
Look how he's trying to hide it, like she doesn't already know. But he also doesn't know that she already knows.
it's not easy. It wasn't easy coming to terms with some of the things I've been dealing with, especially you guys. Because at first, well, I never wanted you to hate me, so I figured I never gave you a reason to. You wouldn't. But now I've come to realize that,
I don't give a shit what you think.
like you've said, we're family. We look out for each other.
And that's, I suppose, part of the issue. I feel as if I let go at any point, even if it seems like it'll be okay, if I let it all go, then everyone I know is going to die. Why would you... Why would you getting things off your chest and just feeling them for a little while have anyone die? I don't really know. I guess it's just... Anytime I have relaxed too much in the past, that's when things only ever get worse from there.
I don't know everything you've gone through. So, I can't say anything to or against it. And, well, your experience is definitely something to be trusted.